Right, let's get started now. In our first story, the Public Procurement Authority says it has uncovered cases of fraudulent procurement practices after conducting random investigations into the activities of some state institutions. Now, these unlawful activities include bid or tender rigging, customer allocation, and low-balling. Chief Executive of the authority, Ajanim Boating-Ejay, says that so far only 20 institutions have been investigated, and a report has been forwarded to the Attorney General's Department for advice.
Among the anomalies uncovered in the investigations conducted so far are the following: bid and tender rigging, which essentially amounts to collusion among tenderers; bid and tender suppression, which means that competitors are coerced to agree not to participate because it is not their turn; complementary bidding. This is a situation where competitors submit token tenders to favor one of their own. Bid tender rotation. This simply means that competitors arrange to win contracts in turns. Customer and market allocation. This is a situation where competitors divide customers among themselves on regional and territorial basis. The last but not the least of some of these anomalies, which in procurement we call them fraud, is low-balling. Low-balling is where people submit low bid or low tenders in anticipation of losses being mitigated by variations. Some of these outcomes have been compiled and the investigations conducted. The reports have been submitted to the Attorney General. We started it in 2017, and to date, I think we've done about close to 20 entities. And all the reports have those that we find significant infractions to the law, we forward them to the Attorney General. Those we do not find infractions, we just write back to the entities in our report, advising them of corrective measures that they should take.
Now let's take you to Parliament. And the Local Government Committee of the Legislature on Tuesday continued its investigations into revelations in JoyNews' latest documentary, Paper Citizens, which revealed how foreigners were acquiring Ghanaian birth certificates through corrupt acts. Well, the committee met JoyNews' Kwete Nate, who showed them the documentary and provided background information. Deputy Ranking Member of the committee, Benjamin Podo, has been speaking to JoyNews on what transpired.
We have watched the film. We've listened to the characters in the film. They have talked about what they've been doing that we consider wrong. But I noted that the film is not for entertainment. It is meant to enable us to correct the infractions that have been happening. The next steps we are going to take will include inviting the Ministry of Local Government to come with the births and deaths registry officials, so that we will have conversation with them as to what steps we can take to review activities within the department. But one thing we've noted, which is of great significance, is that the birth and death registry appears not to be computerized. They are not using IT in their operations. And that is what, going forward, they must be giving attention. If you register your birth or death in the eastern region, you must have a central server that will capture it, so that from Accra, you can see, you can view what's happening in the regions. You know, the banks, wherever you are, you can see your account. If you go to a commercial bank in Wale Wale, you can view your account, even though it may be domiciled in Ho. The same thing the birth and death registry should be able to do. Should be able to computerize and let the IT people help them. It should be a project, a national project.
Now, many businesses in Accra and other parts of the country continue to bear the brunt of erratic power supply. Some Ghanaians who have been speaking to the JoyNews team say that they are unable to buy generators. Hence, they're compelled to depend solely on the national grid. Maxwell Agbagba was in some parts of Accra affected by a power outage and has come through with this report.
Currently here at a corn processing hub, here at Odoko official town. Well, a lot of the workers here at this corn processing hub are not happy about the recent power outages. One of them I've been speaking to here tells me that it is really affecting their business, but they do not have the money to buy a generator to keep the business running when there is a power cut, and they solely have to rely on the national grid. He wants government intervention to stabilize power supply to this community and many other parts of Accra and Ghana.
Sometimes because of the light outs and other stuff, so it slowed the business. No, this work is supposed to start around 6 that week. So when there is light out, it affects because of the heat. And when the sun comes out like this, it's not good for the business. Because inside there is a lot of heat. Yeah, so they have to start early and close around 8, 9 that way. Okay, sometimes, you know, we have to get some product to deliver to customers. Assuming there is no product, it worries a lot. Because they keep calling here and there that they need goods. We don't have any plant or generator. We rely on the electricity. So when the power goes off like that, it affects us most. Yeah. They should put measures in place, you know, because it's not only we, the other industries around also working. So if it happens that way, it affects everyone. Generator, it's like it costs much, so we only depend on this, but with time we will try to move that, try to get one.
Yesterday it was off around 6:30, or even before that, and they brought it around 6 in the evening.
Okay. And then today was that pretty power outage?
At dawn it went off again, but before 6 they brought it back up. Part of this side is still off, but part of this side is still on now. Me yesterday we couldn't do nothing at all. Until we closed. Everything used light. Everything. If you want to cut and there is no light, you can't cut. You cannot do the cut until the light came before. Because you have to iron the fabric before you cut. So everything concerned about the light. So it's disturbing. No, the generator is there. But the fuel is very expensive now. So you cannot even buy to continue your business.
Well, right here in Dakuman, this section of Dakuman actually has power. The other section right across the streets, they do not have power. Their power supply was disrupted since yesterday, and even now the power has not been restored.
It went off yesterday at, let's say, 3 o'clock at dawn, and they're having off it, and they're having on it. And yesterday today off it around 4 o'clock in the morning. When 6 o'clock in the evening they on it. But here they can offer it, let's say 5 days, 4 days, and they will not on the light. And it's affecting us more. Here I'm selling fish, chicken, and those kind of meats. So when it comes like that, it normally goes soft. And it will be smelling too, so.
We have to take you to the Upper West region, and the principal of the Nusrat Jahan College of Education, Hajia Asmau Ismail, is worried about the numerous infrastructural projects that have stalled and have since been abandoned at the college. Key among them is the auditorium complex. The lecture theatre and student hostel have since been left unattended to for a while, making teaching and learning difficult. She wants government to quickly address these challenges. Hajia Asmau Ismail made the statement at the 5th graduation of the college in Wa. Here's Rafiq Salam's report.
For umpteenth time, principal of Nusrat Jahan Ahmadiyya College of Education, Hajia Asmau Ismail, did not hide their displeasure about the numerous stall projects at the college, which include the auditorium complex, lecture theatre complex, and a hostel for students.
Our situation as a college in terms of infrastructure is not anything palatable. We have 3 major projects which have been stalled: the auditorium complex, the lecture theatre complex, and a student hostel. Other infrastructural choke points we are facing are a technical workshop. Being a technical college about to become a technical university, we have no technical workshop to show for it. Our broken fence wall, tutors' bungalows, lecture hall furniture, and being an integrated college, our streets are not visually impaired friendly, to mention but a few.
Deputy Upper West Regional Minister Amidi Chine Isaku, himself an old student of the college, pledged to work assiduously to ensure that the challenges are worked on.
It is interesting to note that the stall construction works, that is the auditorium, the lecture hall complex, and the male hostel complex, are all GET Farm projects. I assure you that my office would make the necessary follow-ups to the Secretariat to facilitate the payments of the contractors to return to site.
Amir, a missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslims in Ghana, Molvi Mohammed Nur bin Sali, admonished the students and the graduates not to put their hopes on politicians, especially those from the 2 leading political parties.
When you come into this college, put politics aside. Please turn your back to NDC and NPP. Forget of them. They cannot help you to prepare your future.
In all, 363 students graduated with diploma in basic education. 3 of the graduates had first class, including James Elsong, who became the first visually impaired student to achieve that feat.
In fact, I got my admission onto Jahan College of Education very late because of financial problems. The salvation came through the hard work of my brothers down south there, who had to borrow money from a yam dealer with the intention of returning the money to him when they harvested their yam. So they did that, and I'm very grateful.
Well, so that's it for the latest news headlines. And Kwejo, we have more expectations, not only for our viewers, but also for the Vice President. And well, that town hall meeting is supposed to get us all going. We have to keep discussing what has been achieved so far by government as far as the economy is concerned.
Yes, indeed. And let's not forget, the Vice President hasn't been heard on economic issues for a very long time. There have been calls for him to speak on the city's depreciation and so forth. And so this will be the first time we hear him talk about the state of our economy. And he's coming with his team, the economic management team, the board of directors of Ghana's economy, if you will, with the CEO, of course, being the finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, who we heard in Parliament just last week. So look, it's all leading up to a rather anticipated event, and we'll be there every step of the way with you.